In a world where the water rises to meet your eyes, beneath the pale shimmer of dawn in Africa's mist-laced wetlands, a strange figure stands frozen. No flutter, no sound. And when it moves, a life is about to end. So, what kind of bird strikes such fear? That even baby crocodiles keep their distance? It looks like something pulled straight from the prehistoric past. Towering, long-necked, with eyes that don't blink, and a massive beak shaped like a scythe, or the tattered boot of death itself. It walks like a stilt-legged heron, looms like a dinosaur, and kills with the precision of a raptor. The shoebill, the silent reaper of Africa's swamps. This bird isn't just the nightmare of the swamp, it's a scientific enigma, wrapped in feathers and silence. Its scientific name is Baleniceps rex, which translates to whale-headed king. A name as bizarre as it is fitting. Many call it the shoebill stork, but that's a misnomer. Despite the nickname, it's not a true stork. In evolutionary terms, it's more closely related to pelicans, herons, and spoonbills, those water-hunting specialists, than to any actual stork species. But what truly sets it apart? It's the only species in its genus Baleniceps, and the only genus in the entire family Balaenicipitidae. A lone survivor of an ancient lineage, no cousins, no lookalikes, a one-of-a-kind. The shoebill lives only in tropical freshwater swamps of eastern and central Africa, especially in South Sudan, Uganda, Rwanda, western Tanzania, and northern Zambia. In these lowland marshes, shrouded in reeds and mist, a prehistoric phantom rules in silence. Its home is a world of floating vegetation, shallow waters, and thick papyrus, ideal territory for lungfish, the air-breathing prey it's evolved to kill. If there was ever a creature that looked like it came from the fever dream of a mad taxidermist, it's this one. At first glance, the shoebill looks like a patchwork animal, as if nature grabbed random parts from other birds, stitched them together from an eccentric blueprint, and brought it to life. When it comes to size, it's one of the tallest avian predators on the continent. It stands between 4 to 5 feet tall, with a wingspan stretching 7.5 to 8.5 feet and weighs anywhere from 9 to 15 pounds. But it's the bill that truly baffles the eye. Massive, thick, deeply curved and cartoonishly oversized, shaped exactly like an old worn shoe. It measures nearly 9 inches long, with knife-like edges and a sharp hook at the tip, like a hidden barb cloaked in absurdity. That bill isn't just a hunting tool, it's a biological symbol of brute force with purpose. Its neck, long and flexible like a heron's, can snap forward in a lightning-fast strike. Its legs, dark gray and ostrich-like, are powerful and stiff, yet agile enough to stay poised on floating vegetation for hours. The head is blocky, big, heavy, and often tilted, as if it's calculating your every move. And the eyes, cold, round, piercing yellow. They don't blink, they don't flinch, they don't just look at you. They look through you. Some say it's the gaze of a dinosaur. Others compare it to the silent fury of an anime villain, one that doesn't need to shout to kill. The shoebill isn't beautiful by traditional standards. It's strange, unyielding, timeless. And that's precisely where its beauty lies, like a creature from the Jurassic, misplaced in the modern world. In the world of the shoebill, hunting isn't a chase. It's a silent ritual, a wordless dance performed with the precision of a trained assassin. Every motion is deliberate, every footstep, every tilt of the head, every subtle twitch of the neck is calibrated for a single purpose: to kill without a sound. The shoebill doesn't roam in search of prey. Instead, it spends hours, sometimes the entire day, scouting the perfect ambush point, a sturdy patch of floating vegetation near shallow water where lungfish rise for air or where hippos often stir the mud. Choosing the right spot is an art form. The shoebill can read water like a language, decoding ripples, spotting air bubbles, distinguishing between the trembling of water plants and the sly movement of a fish beneath the surface. Once in position, it freezes completely, body upright, neck slightly tucked, head lowered, eyes wide, unblinking, locked on the water. In that moment, it could be mistaken for a broken stump or a piece of driftwood, utterly harmless, entirely unnoticed. Then, the faintest splash, a glint of scales just beneath the surface, a ripple out of place. That's all it needs. The strike is over in less than a second. With its 9-inch long, thick, powerful bill, the shoebill snaps shut like a steel trap. The upper mandible's hook pierces deep, while the razor-like edges act as serrated blades, gripping, slicing, holding tight as the prey struggles. If the first blow doesn't kill, the shoebill lifts the victim from the water, twists its neck, and strikes again, repeatedly, until the head is severed. It always swallows the head last, once the danger, fangs or claws, is neutralized. Though not picky, the shoebill isn't reckless. It favors African lungfish and beach ears, air-breathing fish that hide in the mud. It also consumes water snakes, frogs, small turtles, nestlings of other birds, and most famously, baby crocodiles, if caught alone and small enough to overpower. Strangely, it even enlists help, unintentionally. When hippos wade through the marsh, they stir up the mud and spook the fish. The shoebill waits nearby, still as a shadow, then seizes the moment when panicked prey breaks cover. None of this is random. It hunts mostly at dawn and dusk, times when the light is dim and wind is soft, allowing it to vanish into the scenery. After a successful catch, it swallows the prey whole, takes a few deliberate steps, wipes its bill on wet grass, then resets, waiting again. This is the patience of a true swamp sniper, a shadow that endures, a silent executioner of the wetlands. It doesn't chase, it doesn't fly in pursuit. It waits and ends things with deadly stillness. But silence doesn't mean soundless, because when the shoebill finally speaks, it doesn't sing. It clatters, a machine gun rattle that echoes like a warning shot from Jurassic. Unlike birds of prey that hunt in flocks or share overlapping ranges, the shoebill lives an entirely solitary life. Each individual commands a vast stretch of swamp, sometimes dozens of acres, and shows zero tolerance for intruders. It doesn't need backup. It doesn't call for help. The only thing it relies on is perfect timing. You won't catch it swimming. You won't see it circling overhead. Instead, the shoebill prefers to freeze in place, statue still, for hours at a time, blending into mats of floating vegetation, dense papyrus, or muddy shallows. Its oversized head tilts slightly, icy yellow eyes scanning the water, calculating every angle and movement like a living rangefinder. And when massive animals like hippos enter the scene, churning up the mud and sending ripples across the surface, the shoebill doesn't panic. It stays close, watches silently. Because the chaos stirred up by the hippo's steps often forces air-breathing fish, like beach ears or protopterous lungfish, to rise for a gulp of air. That's when the shoebill strikes. If nothing surfaces, it improvises. With that monstrous bill, it sweeps aside grass, flicks mud, creates subtle disturbances, just enough to flush hidden prey from cover. Then it creeps forward, inch by inch, no rush, no blinking, just ruthless patience waiting for the one perfect second to deliver a killing blow, directly to the skull. In many ways, it's the sniper of the wetlands. It doesn't swim, it doesn't chase, it doesn't make noise. But when it moves, it kills with one clean shot. The shoebill doesn't just carry death in its bill, it carries it in its bloodline. Unlike most birds that nest in trees or build on dry land, the shoebill lays its future atop the water itself. Its nest floats, tethered together from reeds, water hyacinths, and damp grasses, resting on a thick bed of vegetation in the shallows. These platforms can span nearly 3 feet across, wide and sturdy enough to hold the full weight of an adult. During breeding season, a female typically lays 2 or 3 eggs. But here's the cold truth: only one chick will survive. From the moment they hatch, shoebill chicks are born into quiet warfare. There's no soft chirping, no playful peeps. Instead, subtle, brutal violence. A peck to the skull, a kick to the neck, a silent shoving match for a parent's attention. The stronger chick monopolizes the food. The weaker one is pushed aside, left in the cold, hungry, fading without a sound. There are no second chances. The harshest law of all applies. Only the strong live. Scientists call it siblicide, a phenomenon where siblings kill each other in the nest. But with shoebills, the cruelty runs deeper. The parents do nothing to stop it. They stand above the nest, unmoving, staring down as if resigned to the law of Highlander. There can be only one. In the shoebill's world, life doesn't begin with affection. It begins with a ruthless choice: eliminate to survive. After surviving the brutal trials of the nest, the lone shoebill chick embarks on a long and solitary journey, one that may last 30 years, wrapped in silence. Shoebills take their time to grow. It takes nearly 3 years for a juvenile to fully mature, ready to claim territory and hunt alone. In that stretch of time, the young bird learns not just how to catch prey, but how to observe, how to wait, and how to disappear into stillness. Silence, here, isn't just survival. It's strategy. Once adulthood is reached, the shoebill embraces solitude completely. It forms no flocks, forges no lifelong bonds, and rarely strays from its chosen patch of swamp. One large fish a day, perhaps a lungfish, bichir, or snakehead, is enough. On lean days, a few frogs will do. Because its needs are minimal, the shoebill has every reason to stay motionless, watching, calculating, waiting instead of chasing. Some individuals have been observed standing perfectly still for over 5 hours, without twitching, without blinking. It's not laziness, it's an art, the mastery of patience and energy conservation. And it's that mastery that allows the shoebill to survive dry seasons, long periods without food, and years when no chicks are born. Living up to 30 or even 35 years, the shoebill is a quiet emblem of endurance. No showmanship, no spectacle, just persistence, etched into the wetland, like a shadow that never fades. A silent warrior, living an entire lifetime, without ever needing an audience. Across Africa's sprawling wetlands, a legend is fading. Not because of nature's will, but because of human hands. Today, it's believed that fewer than 5,000 shoebills remain in the wild. And each year, that number slips quietly, almost invisibly, downward. Roughly 80% of the global population is now confined to South Sudan, a region scarred by conflict and lacking strong conservation enforcement. The marshes that once echoed with the stillness of the shoebill are being drained away, transformed into farmland, housing developments, and hydroelectric dams. As the water recedes, the reeds wither, the fish vanish, and the shoebill finds itself with nowhere left to stand. But habitat loss is only one part of the danger. Shoebill eggs and chicks are being stolen, trafficked into the exotic pet trade for wealthy collectors willing to pay tens of thousands of dollars for something rare, strange, and silent. Each stolen egg isn't just a lost life, it's an entire future, erased. Still, hope remains. Local and international conservation groups are stepping in, restoring wetlands in Uganda and Zambia, educating communities, protecting nesting sites, and fighting illegal poaching. Bit by bit, the ancient waters are returning to life. But the battle is far from over. Saving the shoebill isn't just about rescuing a bird. It's about preserving a world of silence, of patience, of ancient rhythms. A world where every act takes time. If the shoebill disappears, what we lose isn't just a bizarre species, but the stillness it stands for. When you lock eyes with a shoebill, and it stares back, unblinking, there's a strange feeling that creeps in, as if you're being silently, mercilessly judged. And that, right there, is what made the shoebill go viral. Judging you from afar. It's more than a bird now. It's an icon. Across the internet, the shoebill has taken on a second life. No longer just a swamp-dwelling oddity, it's now the anime villain from the Ugandan marsh, the dinosaur stare with emotional trauma, and the living embodiment of the meme-worthy phrase, silent but deadly. From TikTok reactions titled, "When your boss says we're a family," with a shoebill's soul-piercing glare, to fan art reimagining it in ninja hoods or as the final boss of survival games, this bird has become a viral force no one saw coming. YouTube is packed with videos like "Why this bird is scarier than a T-Rex" and "Shoebill's death stare explained," each racking up millions of views. On Reddit, it's been memed into comparisons with Sebastian from Black Butler or Aizawa from My Hero Academia. Serious, stoic, deadly without raising a voice. No yelling, no chaos, just a stare that silences all. And so, from the shadows of Africa's wetlands, the shoebill has crept into digital culture, becoming a symbol of menace, humor, and absolute stillness. In an online world that never stops screaming, its quiet stare is exactly what we can't look away from. It says nothing, but somehow, the internet does the rest. Beneath a layer of green duckweed and morning fog, in a nameless swamp somewhere in Africa, a lone figure stands, still as stone. It doesn't flap its wings to be noticed. It doesn't sing to declare its presence. It simply exists. The wind whispers through the reeds. Somewhere a frog splashes into the water, ripples spreading wide. But the bird remains motionless. Its cold yellow eyes pierce the mist, as if it sees everything, even without looking. It waits, it watches, and then it strikes. In a world where everything must shout to be heard, the shoebill chooses silence. It survives 3 decades, never rushing, never loud. Alone, like a prehistoric shadow wandering the last ruins of the marsh. And now, as its home disappears, as the sound of bill clattering fades, as the weaker chicks never grow old, people begin to wonder, is the shoebill becoming legend? A creature that once lived among us, then vanished, without a sound. If you've been captivated by this story of the silent assassin, don't forget to like and subscribe to BBTV Official. And tell us, which silent hunter should we meet next? Until then, we'll see you on the next journey into the wild unknown.